Is that okay?
Hello. All right. Okay, so the longest I've ever had to go from when I really had to pee until I actually got to a toilet was 2 very long hours. And the elapsed time for peeing between the last pee and the next pee was 12 hours. So this is legit, you guys. It's not like an idle complaint. In that, my own personal hell time, I was working in Princeton, and am I a little feedbacky? Oh, sorry, Tim. Okay. This was my hell time. Not this, but then when I had to pee really bad. And it happened because I was working in Princeton and living in Old City. And in Old City, I lived in this amazing old loft in this old building that just had tons of character. And one night, I was laying in bed, just drifting off to sleep, when I heard from the bathroom, splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash. So I called down to my husband, hey, babe, there's something in the bathroom. But deep down inside, as every urban dweller does, I knew what was in the bathroom. And deep down inside, I did not want to know what was in the bathroom. In fact, the next day, I learned several other things that I did not want to know. For instance, do you know that in new construction, the pipe that goes from the toilet down to the sewer has to be at least 3 inches in diameter? But the pipe in older buildings, like the one that I lived in with so much character, can be much more narrow, which just theoretically could allow a very large rat to put its back up against the back of the pipe and put its little nails up against the front of the pipe and crawl all the way up. Another thing that I didn't know is that the pipe that goes from the toilet to the sewer is technically not a pipe, but a drain, which means it spends most of its time totally empty. So if said theoretical rat wanted to crawl all the way up from the sewer, that rat would only have to climb through a couple inches of water to get into a toilet and therefore a house. So, as my husband and I rounded the corner to the bathroom and peered inside, we saw our greatest nightmare come to fruition: a sewer and toilet wet rat jumping from the toilet seat onto the bathroom floor. My husband, thinking fast, slammed the door shut. I went and grabbed some pants, and we worked together to stuff them under the crack in the door. And then we called the management company, yay renting. And the management company said, it's 11 p.m. This isn't an emergency. So if you guys haven't sorted this out by tomorrow morning, let us know and we'll send people over. So we were not ever going to be sorting out a 5-pound rat. And I had a really big work day the next day. So my husband said, all right, why don't you take the blankets, go sleep on the couch, and I will stand vigil at the rat door and protect us. And I was like, I'm down with that. But I didn't sleep very well because the rat was doing its best impersonation of a bowling alley by running around the bathroom, knocking every bottle, mirror, piece of makeup, whatever down in its panicked state, and then clanking into the fallen bottles for most of the night. So, come 5:45 a.m. when I had to get up for work, I was not very well rested. I was pretty addled, but I was with it enough to know that I had some problems. I had a very important breakfast meeting with a client, and I did not have access to a toilet, a shower, my makeup, my toothbrush, my toothpaste, any mirrors, or anything else you might need to get ready for a client meeting. So I put on the clothes I had picked out the night before and walked to my car. And when I got to the car, I was like, okay, I have to pee super bad right now. And I work in Princeton, so please let me get there in the 45 minutes that is the minimum amount of time that it would take me to get to Princeton. There was a lot of construction that day. So I spent the last 45 minutes of the drive holding myself with one hand and holding the steering wheel with the other hand. And by the time I made it to the drugstore that didn't have a public bathroom and then into the office, I was extremely grateful for the toilet, but also extremely fearful of the toilet because a rat had crawled out of my fucking toilet. But I got ready, day was good, I had great client meetings all day, hadn't had time to talk to my husband, so when I got home at 7 p.m. and saw a big truck outside, I was a little surprised because it was the management company's people that had just arrived nearly 20 hours later. And the guy was a dick. He was like, yeah, well, low priority. I mean, this is something you guys could have taken care of yourselves. I was like, I don't understand in what world people that rent are taking care of rats by themselves. It's not happening. So he went into the bathroom, promptly came back out, white as a sheet, and was like, whoa, that thing's huge. I got to go get more equipment. So he did. He got the rat out, and we were left with a bathroom destroyed. The shower curtain and all of our toiletries were sullied by rat poop. I know. And also the worst part, though, really was the pants. The pants that we had shoved under the door there was a huge strip eaten out of the middle, and then like the whole bottom of one leg was just gone, like had just been eaten by the rat as it tried to escape from the bathroom. So that was horrifying. And then also horrifying was the fact that I was unable to comfortably use a toilet for a couple years after that. But on the whole, the rat did me some good. The rat made me leave that apartment and become a homeowner. The rat made me question that commute and leave my well-paid corporate job to become a freelancer. I write, I teach, I ferment things. So my life is fucking good now thanks to that rat. So to you, rat, I say happy Thanksgiving.